I found that interesting, coming from Oklahoma State, last name Holiday. No relation.
Yes. Well, you had to look though, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
And then we got Pittsburgh last.
I do. I think the dark magic is over. I think
it's over.
I think it's over. I don't think Mike Tomlin can just continually being that team that wins 9 or 10 games and makes it into the playoffs every year. It's done. It's gone.
He's won 17 years ago.
Yep, it's not happening. The dark magic's done. This year, though, I've got to win 7 games.
Oh, we struggle in all aspects of school.
Yeah.
We had PE down. That's about it.
And lunch.
PE and
I was really good.
That has stayed true to form, hasn't it?
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America.
I've got an obstacle,
Welcome
buddy.
YouTube, welcome Kick,
Who put
and
that
welcome
there?
TikTok.
I'm back.
We are
Yeah.
here to do our Week 3 fantasy
talk
football.
fantasy. Yeah.
That's right.
We might be jumping around like a squirrel on cocaine from time to time here, but hey, we're going to talk some football, and let's jump right into our league.
Well, last week, my week...
What have you said from draft day on when they gave you a D, these experts?
Trust the process.
There it is.
And
what
my
happened?
first week,
Yeah.
it made me wear this shirt today. This is Bull Shark. But this week...
I got my lot. I'm just wearing Kelsey.
Week
so.
2, that's kind of what the shirt I should be wearing.
Touchdown.
Because touchdown,
All right.
touchdown.
You gonna switch on live TV?
That's
Here we
basically
go.
all my team did this week.
Yeah, mine didn't. So I guess I should have drafted more of these amazing ball catcher guys that
Yep.
like to catch.
Speaking of which,
score.
that is the name of my team.
There they
the
are.
Amazing Ball Catcher guys.
You doubled up El Chupacabra?
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Who was in first place, technically.
Not anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, he lost. He lost McCaffrey
Chris
and
McCaffrey.
Cooper Cup, and
Well, there's all that.
Way
So
to kick him when he's down. Good job.
it didn't matter who I was playing. The only team that would have beat me this
you
week
know
is
what?
I think the guy that played you.
Yeah, pretty much. Guys, if you face Devon A-Chain and this Alvin Kamara reincarnation guy, you're probably not going to win. That's where I'm at. I actually had a solid week, but they scored, I think, 100 points together. So we'll start with, hey, bring his team back up, Pedro. All right, if you want to talk about good players this week, look at his whole team. Harrison Jr., start right there.
He had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of the game.
Apparently he can ball.
So,
See, everybody was freaking out week 1. Like, oh, he had 1 catch for 3 yards, He's trash, garbage, drop him. No, don't do that.
Trust the
The
process.
guy's a generational prospect taking number 4. Probably hang on to him.
Trust the process, boys.
Yep, he went bonkers. Amon-Ra, that's another one. Dude.
Amon-Ra had 19... Well, I don't know what you're pointing at, Alex.
That'd be the screen, and that's really small.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra went off. There we go. No, this is good. J.K. Dobbins. Hey, J.K. Dobbins, he's balled out.
Yeah. His knee has not exploded yet.
Right.
Amon-Ra had 19 targets this week, by the
You know
way.
what just hit me? Does he have titanium knees already? Maybe it's
He
not
might.
gonna break.
There you go.
Youngest.
Both those knees
surgery.
may have been replaced already. So.
Yeah, I mean, your team's full of highlights. Like I said, Amon-Ra, Devontae had a very solid week.
Yeah, 100 yards and a touchdown. So Nico Collins was great on Sunday night.
I was cautiously optimistic of Devontae going into the year with Uncle Rico. Like, I don't think you're going to see Aaron Rodgers days,
No.
but I think he's going to make him wide receiver 2 range. I really do.
Yeah.
No need to panic. Brock Bowers, while we're talking about that team, he looked very good.
Yeah, if...
He could be a tight end, not the number 1, but a tight end 1 for fantasy.
I don't see why he couldn't be tied in number 1.
Well, there's some pretty good guys. McBride, Laporta. He could be top 5.
Laporta's been pretty quiet 2 weeks in a row. So
After what he did last year, I'll be patient on that one.
yeah, what I'm saying is Bowers has a good head start on just about everybody right
Yeah, I don't think he's a touchdown yet, but he had 90-some yards, 98. Like, he's looked very good.
Mhm.
If you think Rico can support 2 solid weapons, that's fine. Like, he could be a top 5 tight end. Okay, so we were talking about the guy that I played. Went bonkers. Devon A-Chain had, what was it, his chest? Oh, my chest, you're not going to play. Well, he played.
now. Yeah, and he did well.
He was their offense.
I think he had like 80 yards receiving and also like
Yeah.
90 yards rushing.
Their touchdown. He was the Miami Dolphins offense.
Yes.
He was. It's cool. He dropped like 20-some on me. And then...
There's that Alvin Kamara guy.
He was like, hold my beer, watch this. 4 tutties. Guys, I drafted him nowhere. Thought nothing of him this year. I'm an idiot.
I think he has 6 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He's looked great. He looks like 2019 Alvin Kamara when he was like the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Like Alex mentioned on our other show, the new offensive coordinator, Kubiak, the way they're using motions, the way they're using him, they're getting him the ball in space. Last year, it was like every time he touched the ball, they knew that's where it was going, had bodies on him. Will they keep it up? I'm not sold yet. But
I don't think they'll keep scoring 40 points a week. Good grief.
I mean, if they drop down to 30, I'll still give them a...
Yeah. Kamara's probably getting at least 20 of them, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I won't play him next week. That's the optimistic side.
Yep.
Who else scored? A kicker got 20 points against me. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, Fairburn, he hit some 50-yarders, didn't he?
He hit like 3 of them, yeah.
Houston, score touchdowns, you dumbasses. Thanks. Gosh dang, Worthy didn't do much. Like that shows you right there. He had 4 guys go off-ish. Baker, 19 points, solid.
And then a few that were kind of duds, honestly.
Well, when you have a guy score 42 points, you're probably going to win a lot of weeks.
Pittman
There you
and
go.
Worthy were both kind of
Yeah. So, cool. I lost. What's new? Yeah, James Cook.
This is Bullshark.
This is Bullshark. Yeah, and this is Jason Kelsey with a touchdown. James Cook, something I like to highlight. He's looking, I think, week by week, that Buffalo offense going to beat you in different ways.
Yeah. There's a lot of weapons.
They're going to be
because,
good.
they went from Keon Coleman was the number 1 targeted person on their team to last week, I think he only got a couple targets and he didn't get any catches.
Dalton Kincaid's not done jack. They've not needed it. Like, Josh Allen literally was the team week 1, 2 rushing touchdowns. I think he had maybe 10 points this last week.
Yeah, he didn't have to do much.
No, they gave it to Cook. That's what I was hoping when I drafted Cook the 3rd round would happen. You know, I was really hoping too. Well, the most optimistic sign for James Dalvin Cook,
James Dalvin.
owners, is that he had a 1-yard rushing touchdown. They gave him the ball inside the 5. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
So that happens more. He could go bonkers. I think it could be
absolutely.
at least 2nd round value. I really do. Let's go to the champion in there with his belt and crap, your team, and see who this week decided to score a lot of points for you. It's kind of a recurring theme for him here. I'm happy for you.
Well, he's
I am.
currently in a tight one right now, but I don't think it's going to stay that
no,
way. He's
he
got a
has
lot of
half his
people
team to
going right now.
Yeah. So, okay, Brian Robinson Jr. in Washington. He's looked very solid. He is their lead back, no doubt about it. He's getting a lot of carries. He is. Got Hurts up there playing. Where are the big points at here? Stevenson. You know what? I'm kicking
Ramondre
myself.
Stevenson has been very good week 1 and 2.
I really thought about him over Kincaid when I took him in the 6th round.
Yes.
I like having 3 running backs. I didn't. He's looked pretty good. New England looks competitive this year.
Actually, I believe that when you picked, who'd you say you got there?
I took Kincaid.
Yeah, I believe that I
6th round,
said, it's like,
actually,
oh, don't do it, don't take Ramondre. And then, like, right after that, Alex took him,
Yeah.
like, the pick for me because I still hadn't had a running back yet.
Yep.
Um,
It
which,
worked
you
out
know,
well for you this week.
It did.
If you haven't caught on yet, guys, this is the no running back strategy. And when half of them get hurt in the league, this seems to work.
I'm just saying that right now, I got 19 points out of Dobbins, and I think I got like 13 or 14 out of Charbonnet. So
Yeah. Charbonnet didn't look great on the ground, but the receiving work
he didn't
got,
look great in general. He squeaked in for a touchdown,
fair.
kind of saved his
That
day.
saved his
He's
day.
done that both weeks.
Yeah. Walker, how long's he out? Next week could be back.
He
I
could be
think?
back next week, yeah.
So, but still, he's a great number 2 back to have on that team.
He's still a touchdown threat about any week.
Yeah.
Out of the receiving side.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Who else do we want to highlight this week, guys?
Well,
Throw some names.
Pacheco went down. So
Neighbors, I'm sorry. Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors. Yeah.
We
Oh,
talked-
yeah.
yeah.
What'd you say?
On our other show, the Giants threw the ball 28 times. Malik Neighbors had 18 of those targets.
That's
Well,
significant. What
When
is
you
it?
have, it's an over 50% target share.
That is, yeah.
That's unheard of. That's
That's
unheard
good math
of.
there.
Thank you. I try. I'm not going to get the exact percentage, but that's a lot of
I was
targets.
going to say around 60%. So.
Yeah. Well, I just made it easy. But bottom line is, like, he is their number 1. That is their offense. And I actually don't think Daniel Jones can ruin him. I don't think. He might say, hold my
He
beer,
may
watch
make
this,
Daniel
but
Jones look like an NFL quarterback.
He may keep him in the league. Maybe. This year.
Well, he got paid. He's
no
already in the
Daniel
league.
Jones
He's
for,
staying.
well, I meant benched. But no Jones for fantasy, but Neighbors. He could be a star. He definitely has wide receiver 2 upside. Wide receiver 1 possibly. With this kind of volume, we'll see.
Well, if you get 18 targets a game, like,
Yeah.
you're a wide receiver 1. For
Which I
sure.
will point out, Washington's defense is terrible. Usually they're secondary, so
Yeah.
that helped.
Yeah.
We'll see going forward. when he's the only option on that team, why not blanket coverage him? So that could hurt. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's very talented. Very talented. Is there anybody stat guy that you want to highlight?
No.
We want to skip on over to waiver?
Yeah.
Let's do this. So as we go through the season, the waiver wire will probably become a little less attractive unless it's injury driven. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
What you want at quarterback, big guy?
Well, quarterback, I mean, you can add Andy Dalton. He just got the starting job.
And I got ripped because I called him the Red Ryder BB gun. Apparently that's disrespectful.
Whoa.
The
It's
Red,
Red
Rifle.
Rifle.
I just don't see the upside. There's no rushing upside. The weapons there. Well, we got Thielen, we got Johnson, we got Leggett is young. Their O line.
Well, we haven't really got to see any of them as weapons yet because, Bryce Young hasn't actually gotten the ball in his hands.
I think
So-
arrow up for any of those weapons because they might have an actual NFL quarterback now.
He's proven to be serviceable
He has
for
He's
several
been-
years.
He's been fine. He
Yeah.
has. I was looking more at Sam Darnold on the waiver wire. I think Jefferson's going to be okay. Good call. Throw the ball to Jefferson. Working pretty good. Like he had 2 more touchdowns.
Big man run fast.
Yeah. Big fast guy. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he's best all-around receiver in the NFL. Throw him the ball. Good things happen. Kevin O'Connell, brilliant offensive coach.
Yep.
What he can get out of him, you could see. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Kirk Cousins, but you could see Kirk Cousins-esque numbers. He might be as good as Kirk Cousins, guys.
Yeah. I mean,
Cousins was solid fantasy option.
yeah, he's done all right this
Yeah.
whole time. So, I mean,
Darnold was, back in the day at USC, he was number 3 in that draft. Like, he was a highly touted prospect.
Yes.
He didn't really get a fair shake. We'll see.
this is a guy that got drafted ahead of Lamar
Yeah.
and Josh Allen.
Wow. That looks bad.
Yeah.
But, you know what?
well, so did Baker Mayfield. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we could have an episode sometime down the road on draft mistakes.
yeah.
We'll do that. But
The 17 draft was quarterback loaded.
yes, it was. That's my guy. And honestly, guys, I'd look at that Miami Dolphins quarterback situation. Like, for his own sake, I hope Tua is not coming back for a good while. They got weapons. I mean, when you got Tyreek down there somewhere, you got waddling somewhere, HN out of the backfield, there's weapons.
There's weapons there.
Like, whoever steps in there, if it's Thompson, if it's Huntley, I'm not saying I want them starting, but it might be worth, like, a flex league, picking super flex, picking them up.
Yeah.
If you need a second quarterback, it could be worth
Who
it.
needs a second quarterback?
We'll see. Well, if you have, like, a crappy first one or an injury-prone one, possibly.
Yeah, you got a guy who needs to be in bubble wrap.
Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of those. Who do you got? Quarterback? Anybody?
Quarterback? Nah, not anyone that you haven't already said.
Okay, there we go. Stole the show.
Malik Willis, man.
No.
He threw the ball 14 times this week, and,
He was efficient.
he was
He
efficient.
was efficient. There you go.
Got that
Unfortunately, fantasy,
Apparently-
we need a lot of volume.
Apparently, you don't get points for wins.
No.
And when you only throw it 5 yards at a time, you don't rack up
that
any
doesn't
stats.
bode for gaudy stats. It doesn't. Maybe he'll run the ball some. Maybe. Running backs. I started first for quarterbacks, so you guys fire away.
I mean, the elephant in the room is that Pacheco went down this week, right?
Absolutely.
Carson Steele, he's on the waiver
Crocodile
wire.
Dundee, eh?
Yeah, Crocodile
I
Dundee.
like that. Yeah, no, they do have trust in him. Like, he literally put the ball on the ground, and I think it was the next possession. It was like a 3rd and short, and they gave it back to him.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're not holding that against him.
Yeah.
He
Well,
runs hard.
They like him. They
They
like
do.
him.
Where's
They're
he at?
gonna
Is he
use
at a USC?
UCLA, I believe.
UCLA. I knew it was one of
UCLA,
those.
yeah.
They,
Undrafted.
they still got
Yeah.
some RGP Ryan there too.
Yep. He'll definitely get more touches too. I still think he's more the pass catching role. I wonder the split, though. I wonder if
you say that, and I think without Pacheco, the Chiefs are going to have to pass the ball.
Oh
a lot
yeah,
more.
no,
Yeah.
So that makes P Ryan a little bit more
it could be. That's a
attractive.
fair point.
I don't know if Pirine can handle a full workload of carries, though. Like, this
I
is
do
a
agree.
guy that's
I-
been in the league.
I
for
honestly don't even
almost
think it
10
matters.
years.
I don't.
No, you think his receiving upside?
I think
could
his
be high?
receiving upside.
I mean,
I
look
hate
at
to.
Jerick McKinnon for years.
Yeah.
Look at what they did to him. He ran the ball like 3
Yeah.
times a game,
Yeah.
and the receptions.
That's going to be about
That's
what
a fair
it is.
point because their game plan, guys. I'm a Chiefs fan. It's been heavy on Pacheco.
Yeah.
First 2 games, end of last season, he's gone.
Yeah.
And he ain't coming back. So till end of the season, best case scenario. I like that. I'm gonna go with Braylon Allen.
That was
The
who I was
Jets.
going to bring up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Well, so we agree.
yeah,
This guy, I believe I saw he is the youngest player to score an NFL touchdown.
Oh,
He's
I don't know.
20. super young out of Wisconsin.
Okay.
I mean, look at this. He's a 4th-round pick, which is good draft capital at the running back position when you already had Brees Hall.
Yeah.
So they like him.
Mhm.
Like, they like him.
They liked him a lot during training camp.
They
too.
did.
A lot.
And unfortunately, I thought Jalen Wright would be the guy at training camp with the hype. That didn't work out very good. So
Well, his
but-
4 carries for 4 yards was.
he actually was 5 for 4. It was even worse. Yeah, and we can do the math on that. That's like 0.8 per carry. That's not great. That's not going to get you on the field more.
No.
So let's scratch that. Let's go with Allen. He got touchdown rushing, receiving. I mean, he's probably the best handcuff.
Yeah.
You
I
think
he
so?
is,
to
yeah.
have? Because Mason's already in play. He's not a handcuff. So I like him. Another one to mention was Ty Chandler. Looked very good. Your boy Aaron Jones is there in Minnesota, but Chandler's the better runner.
Yeah, Chandler has been a pretty hot pickup for a handcuff.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. So, yeah.
And as our in-house Packers expert, Aaron Jones' health. What are your thoughts?
I mean, he's been fairly healthy throughout his career, but he has.
I was expecting a total rippage there.
Well, I don't like Aaron Jones, but
I thought last 2 years he actually had missed
he'd
Not
missed
a
some
lot of
games.
time, but-
He'd missed a game here and there.
an aggravating amount.
Yes,
You know? Yeah. So I think he's worth it. Maybe if you need a running back. You got any more? You want to go receiver?
Yeah.
Go
let's
receiver? All right. So I stole yours. Steal mine. See who you got. Can you guess what Woody's thinking?
I cannot guess what Woody's thinking.
That's good. You don't want to guess.
I don't want to guess what you're thinking at all.
Do you want one or want me to find one?
I mean, someone's got to catch the ball in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You got it. Quentin Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. It's interesting. Their receiving core with McConkey. Josh Palmer's out there.
I was thinking different L.A.
Yeah, you thought different LA.
I'm sorry. You're talking that LA? Oh, I
Yeah.
have no freaking idea.
Well,
But-
that's why I said someone's got to catch the ball in L.A. Stafford's not going to not throw it.
That's fair. I did Demarcus Robinson maybe.
Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson.
I think it's Johnson. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about all
their
they got.
tight end too. Is it Parkinson?
Parkinson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those guys has got to take it over because, like I said,
He's gonna
Stafford's
throw
going to
the ball.
throw it. So
You're right. Yeah, and he looked.
it's kind of one of those things you watch week 3 and you kind of figure out who's going to be the breakout guy.
Yeah, that's fair. But
you might take a flyer on one of those guys
You have
this
to.
week.
You have to. Honestly, in that situation when you don't have someone that stands out, I think study it, trust your gut, throw a dart.
Yeah.
Because if you're right, or even if you just let's wait and see. If someone does go off, you're not getting
One of those guys is going to get 7 to 10 targets
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah,
Like,
and you got McVay orchestrating it.
Yeah.
So that's a very good call. Very good call. So mine was Quentin Johnson. He is a first-round pick out of TCU. Loved him coming out of college. He forgot how to catch the ball last year. That's a problem when you're a receiver.
yeah, well, Herbert
know.
seems to like him, though.
He does. Well, they said out of college, like, he's so explosive with the ball in his hands. So they found Stickum. They got the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. It's hard to judge.
I don't know
anyone.
if that's true or not, but
We're going with it. Our facts
Allegedly.
kind of wane sometimes, but it's all good. It's for fantasy guys. Someone I think LA eventually will hit games they've got to throw more. I don't know because, like I said, you have Palmer, you have McConkley, you've got Johnson. Like, I'm not super confident in him. Like in a fab league, I wouldn't
Yeah.
no.
do a crap.
Well, I
ton.
actually thought that out of those rookie receivers that McConkey would be the guy that...
He had the best week 1.
Yes.
He did. And I mean, this team.
It's probably going to be a committee.
yeah, and they're not going to throw much unless they have to.
No.
But if they do throw, you got Herbert.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
got
cool.
a great
Yeah,
ball.
I'd say you don't have a bad quarterback that isn't
Yeah.
capable of throwing the ball.
Yeah, but I guess I'm saying I like him. He's a big body guy, big red zone guy, but I wouldn't go bonkers. Like, I probably wouldn't use if you have a top waiver claim on him. I'll say I'm intrigued. And if he sneaks through waivers and you have a roster spot,
Yeah,
I'd
grab
consider
him.
it. I'd consider it. I didn't really have anyone else. Alec Pearson, Indy's interesting, but he's had 2 pretty big games, but you've got Michael Pittman. You've got Mitchell. You've got mouths to feed there with the quarterback who's been unreliable.
I'll throw another one out there with the news of Debo going down as Jawan Jennings. I think
good
is
call.
an interesting one.
Jennings had a few
He's
catches
had
in week 1
he's-
against the Jets.
Yeah, he's had
so-
catches in each.
It's catchy.
He's had some catches in each week.
That's a good call.
And he should get more target share with.
Wasn't he pretty good last year when Debo went down? Like, he had a couple
think he
games.
might have been.
Nothing like bonkers, but was solid. Like
Yeah,
5, 6
yeah.
catches. Yeah, like a PPR league, I think he'd be very good.
Right.
I do. If you guys don't have anyone else, you can go tight end.
Let's go tight end.
I did.
Who doesn't want a good tight end? There you go. All right. Once again, does anybody else want to lead off? I got 2 names. You want to guess them? And I watched the Chiefs game, so that might be where one's at.
Okay, so not Travis. Who is the other guy?
It's on the other
Watts.
side, guys. Gasecki.
Gasecki.
Yeah,
Gasecki's
he's
a good
somehow
one.
Risen from the dead, and he's relevant again.
I'm gonna tell you what. You watch him play. I don't understand how he's not better than he is.
Yeah, I don't
You think
either.
the same?
He had a couple good years in Miami.
But not like tight. I'm telling you, I watch him play, and I'm like, there's top 5 upside in all of football. He had some big touchdown years,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
empty yards. I'm like,
Right.
this game. I mean, my gosh, he's big. He's athletic. The dude's chiseled. Like
He makes people miss.
Yeah.
He really does.
Him and Likely are two guys that when they get the ball in their hands, it's fun to watch. I'm like, the tools are all there. Like I don't think he has a drop problem. I really should look into that for a second. It's a usage thing.
I've had him in fantasy a couple times before.
It's frustrating as hell,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
He's one of those guys that like, crap, my tight end's on bye week.
Yeah.
I gotta find a guy that might get a touchdown.
Oh crap!
And
Evan Ingram went down 5 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah.
you wouldn't have been mad at grabbing Gesicki this week.
No, I wouldn't have.
No.
I mean,
It
Hunter
did-
Henry was out there though.
It didn't end up
that's another one,
mattering.
Hunter Henry.
That was my other one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
he went
available in a
bonkers.
lot of leagues.
He went bonkers. New England has historically liked using their tight ends.
And Hunter Henry's also had a past of being a pretty solid tight end.
He was great
Yeah.
in LA.
Fantasy, yeah.
He really was. It was San Diego then. But yeah.
Yeah.
He was. My thing with him, it's been like when he went to New England, I've been disappointed, I guess. Like, I really thought he would be top 10 tight end.
Yeah.
He's had his moments, but been inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He had a big game Sunday. Brissett does like to use his tight ends, I believe. I'm interested. I really am. Those are kind of my two guys. Neither one are like, got to have them.
But
The
what tight
are-
ends really are.
It's a weak
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
And like if you've lost Jake Ferguson week 1, if you're just looking for a guy, throw a dart, see what happens.
They might even just be able to get him on the streamer.
Absolutely.
If you're ultimately getting frustrated with Kyle Pitts, who I think is currently getting shut out this week.
Dalton Kincaid, I'm quite aggravated. I'm not dropping
Yeah.
him. I do not drop him if you've got him. He's super talented, but it's frustrating, and you might not be playing him in a few
Yeah, but
weeks.
this is not the third year in a row that
Yeah, right.
Dalton Kincaid's done this. Like,
Absolutely.
Mr.
Yeah,
Pitts.
I know. It's okay. It's okay, big guy. We'll get through this.
He's only even had 2 targets.
You already won
With no
this week,
catches?
so it's okay.
1 catch.
Oh.
For 2 yards.
Oh,
So do you even care about that?
who needed 2 yards to win a fantasy league? Adam Thielen.
Oh my God.
All timer. How many times have we brought that up? I feel bad.
More than a couple.
I mean, it's an all-timer though.
We're not going to go there tonight. He just had a baby. We're going to respect it. But in a couple weeks, we'll talk about it. It's a little teaser there.
Yeah.
You guys are in all-time fantasy claps. Stay
Yes.
tuned. Weeks down the road. We're not doing kickers. Defense. I got one.
I'd say I don't really even know. I haven't looked at the schedule, but just whoever's playing Carolina.
You bastard. Yeah, Vegas. Good call. Yeah, that's what you do. I actually looked at them, and they've got I can't remember the games top of my head, but they've got a pretty good, 3-week run. But, Matt, look what they did in Baltimore. Like, the numbers weren't great, but they pressured Lamar.
Yeah.
Not many quarterback. They'd had, a 5-sack
Max Crosby's
performance.
going to have 5 sacks.
I started to say before they benched Bryce Young, he might die again. I really did. You know what? Maybe that's why they benched him, other than the terrible play. That might be part of it, too. It's like, we just feel bad.
See, the players that Bryce Young has faced so far this year are
Yeah.
players that could absolutely hurt him. Max Crosby actually wants to kill people.
And he could do it. Dude, I loved watching him play. He's got that motor. He doesn't quit. God dang, I wouldn't play quarterback. I'm sorry, something ain't feeling right. I done. But yeah, Vegas, that's a good call. Anyone against Carolina and Vegas, I think, coming up. And Pierce, he's a good defensive coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to be good,
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. You want to go to the questions? Do we have any?
No.
No input?
No one likes us today.
Oh,
It is Monday Night Football. I was
That
kind of
hurt.
worried about that.
That's a valid point.
I don't blame you guys. Watch the game, probably over us. But hey, down the road, don't forget about us.
Don't forget
So,
about it.
That's really all we've got then. So we'll try to not do it competing with Monday Night Football. But you know what? We'll be back.
We'll be back. Thanks
Yep.
for tuning in, those that did.
Yep, absolutely. And this is Bullshark.
This is Bullshark.
And that was a boom. All right, you guys have a good night. See ya.